Namaste, I am Ram Mohan, retired Chief Manager Indian Bank, again taking you to the second episode of personality engineering. At the conclusion of the previous session, I was talking about the purpose of life, purpose of human life in general, and the purpose of particular's life, your own life. What is the purpose? Did we think on this line? If not, at least now we can think of it and set a purpose of us. How do we set a purpose? Based on the resources that we have at our command, we need to set in the purpose. What resources? How do we know what resources we have at our command? Resources again are of two types. Anything in this world is of two types, internal and external. What is inside your body, inside your skin, whatever is there is your internal resources. And whatever is outside, still you use them for your task, to accomplish your task. I say it is an external resource. So, we are endowed with the internal resources and as well as external resources. Having regard to our resources, we need to set a purpose in life, and the purpose is not static throughout the life, it is static to some base level, but based on the changing times and the resources augmentation and the newer resources that we are able to lay hand on them, our purpose also dynamically gets upgraded without any interference in the core purpose that we have set. At what age should we set our purpose in life? I take a word soften, SOFTEN. SOFTEN contains 6 letters. Kindly those who are interested can make note of this word. Out of this, I make several words out of these words. One word is OFT. OFT is a short for often, frequent we say OFTGN, the short form is OFT. OFT I denote our life from the age 0 to 5 years. If you take OFT, O for 0 and 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 3, F for 4, F for 5. You imagine you go back to your childhood, irrespective of whatever your age is at present, what are your memories during the age 0 to 5 years? According to me, or in general, we will not be having our memories up to the age of 3 generally. You save exceptions. When I say general, there are exceptions for our generality, but I am talking about it with general things only. Exceptionally intelligent people like in mythological characters, you have Prahlada, you have Abhimanyu, those who could remember the events right from the point of time they were in the womb of the mother. But for ordinary human beings like me and you, it may not be possible. Normally, we have our memories from the age of 4 or little more intelligent, it's not the matter of intelligence, but whose memory capacity is much more, they may remember from the age of 3. This also you can check for yourself from what age of yours you hold the memories. When I say memory, I again use a acronym IAF. IAF means not Indian Air Force. Here when I say IAF, I mean impact and frequency. Any impact that, any event that has impacted us very severely, we never forget in life. It could happen at the age of 3 or 5 or 10, irrespective of the age of happening. After 3 years, at any point of time, based on the impact that has created, we remember it. The other thing is frequency. If it is not that impactful, the frequency in the sense, if it has repeated enough life, say 100 times, 200 times, 500 times, again we remember. So, from the impact angle or the more frequency angle, we remember the things. This is about the OFT. In the OFT stage, I am of the opinion, you also I think agree with my opinion, we are 100% fully taken care by parents. Whenever we in the transport, in the logistics, whenever we send articles, glass articles, we put a caution on it, glass, handle with care. That way children from 0 to 5, the parents handle them with the utmost care, 100% protection. But then parenthood, parenting is a totally a different topic, but with due regards, I would also share the opinion that there is a lack of parenting skill in our country, or irresponsible parenthood also is there, and that issue also need to be addressed by the teaching community or the social media or whatever. We see number of accidental deaths of the children in the 0 to 5 years gap due to sheer negligence of the parents. In Western countries, if a child is unattended up to a particular age, I think it is around 12 years or so, if the child is seen without unaccompanied or unattended by their parent or a representative duly authorized by the parents would be sentenced to rigorous judicial sentences like jail and all. We do not have such strict conditions in India, number one, and we are more experts in a smiling and laughing away. I say we are more experts in violating the rules and regulations. We more violate than follow. You should take it in a lighter way. Then the next one I say nest, N-E-S-T, nest. Nest we say nest of a birds, other things we know, is it not? N-E-S-T, I mean N-E-S-T, what I mean is that it denotes the age from 6 to 12 years. N-E-S-T, S for 6, 7, E for 8, N for 9, T for 10, again E for 11, again T for 12. So, next, oft and nest denotes the age group from the 6 to 12 years. During this period, the child is more or less conscious of her body and mind. He is little semi-independent. In this age group, still he is dependent on the parents, say approximately 75% and 25% on his own. If we say to the any child during between the age of 6 to 12, take this book here, keep it there, all those things he is able to do, and not only obliging the communication, obliging or responding to the communication to the others, he is also able to originate a communication from his own sides also in a more meaningful way than what he was doing to the initial phase of 0 to 5 years. So, oft, nest. Then comes the teenage group. Normally teenage means we say 13 to 19 years. All the age group, the age which ends with EGN, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, we say teenage. I denote this NEAT, NEET. My acronym for that age group is the NEET. NEET stands for National Eligibility Entrance Test or something in the regular acronym, but my acronym for NEET is in the reverse, that is the teenager. We also say use a phrase teenage craze. This 13 to 19 years is a age where the teenage boy or girl, they tend to do things on their own and they do not relish, they do not invite or they do not accept the interference by their parents. It is quite common, it is very natural in the natural process that a person, a human being evolves from year to year. So, it goes like that, but the parents need to be very, very careful about the teenage children of them. We have seen umpteen number of examples out of the teenage craze, the boys or girls, they were racing the motorbikes or going into the swimming pools or into the water bodies, getting drowned or met with accidents. Here the parents' role is very crucial in the sense that they should not appear to be behind the children, to satisfy their own self-esteem or whatever. From a distance, without knowledge, still they should be guiding them, they should be watching them. This should be there. This is about the teenage part of it. And at the fag end of the teenage, we have a particular age 18. What is the significance of 18? 18, at the age of 18, according to the Indian Constitution, Indian Acts, we become, irrespective of the gender, male or female, we become a major. Up to the age of 18, we are minors. Once you complete the age of 18, you are a major. What is the significance of becoming a major? If you become a major, you are attracted by all the law of the land, we say, by all the laws pertaining to India, since we are all citizens of India. But if the same offense, we are human beings, we are prone to do offenses, and when we do a offense and if you are caught by the law, you are punished, that we know it. But if in a minor does a offense, the kind of punishment, the quality of the punishment will be in a correctional mode to make the offender realize that he did a mistake and he corrects himself or herself. But after becoming major, when he does the same offense, there is no mercy in the eyes of law. From 18 onwards, irrespective of age, upper age, whatever, for you have the same punishment for the given offense. So, this is a difference between major and minor, and in other words, it is expected that you grow up, you mature yourself by the time you become major. But in the practical or the real sense, I do not think we are fully matured at the age of 18, though legally we are majors, we are attracted by the penalties, full level penalties of the law, but when it comes to the IQ level vastly different from person to person, EQ levels, emotional quotient levels also vastly differs, and we are coining now SQ, spiritual quotient also vastly differs. Put together everything, we can put in the single word maturity. The maturity levels for the same age people also vastly differ. You take some 5 people of the age of 40, they do not have similar maturities. There will be a huge difference in their maturity levels. In my personal experience, I was telling I am 68, not out. In my experience of life, I see people at the age of 19, 20, 22 being more matured than a person in their age of 40. This also we can understand. When people at the age of 20, 22 clear their civil services examinations and drafted into the civil services, Union Public selected through UPSC, they, because of the work assigned to them by the nature of the work, the kind of exposure he or she is exposed to the society, the various dealings, their maturity, like a mercury level, it moves very fast, and given in comparison to this age, they are more matured. Whereas a person without any exposure, even if you attain physically 40 years or 50 years, probably you may not have that kind of maturity. So, teens, after teens, 18, you kindly reverse this 18, what figure we get? 81. I am of the considered opinion at myself that all of us should aim to be both physically, mentally capable of helping ourselves, not only that, even helping others up to the age of 81. So, at the age of 18, when you take charge of your life, you have 63 years of life left ahead of you to accomplish whatever you want, to achieve whatever you want in life. Now, most of you, or at least some of you, might have already crossed your 18th age, could be in your 20s, 30s, 40s. Nevertheless, no problem. You subtract your current age from 81 years, and whatever the number you get, that much of future life you are having with you. Kindly make a good use of it by setting a purpose for life. When I say future, again I introduce a acronym PPF. PPF normally stands for Public Provident Fund, but my PPF stands for past, present and future. Past is gone, it is a consolidated, it is a like a solid, heavy weight solid, you cannot do anything about it, but you can observe. You can observe it, you can draw lessons from it, only to that extent it is useful, and it will be in your subconscious memory, and your past is good. Probably when you draw from the past memories, you feel happy. If you have a sad memories, if you draw the memories, probably you are sad. To be always happy about the past, what we should do? Your present, you should be, I use one more, this one acronym, BBPP, BBBP, be busy positively in the present. Why? Because the present, it is momentary. The present becomes a past, and if you are happy in the present, if you are productively, positively working in the present, then it goes to the past, that will also be good, and in the memory it stays as a very happiness giver to you, and whenever in your free time, if you look back to the past in your memory lane, you only get happiness, not sadness. The only precondition is that you should be always happy in the present, always productive, positive. And future is a little imagination, but future creates a sort of fear. It is again imaginative. To that extent, we need to be careful about the future, and about the past, our present should be good. Otherwise, what happens? The past worries will haunt you. Past worries, future fears will haunt you. To avoid that, your present should be wonderful, should be good, and you should be such busy in the present that you do not have to dwell your mind, take it to either the past or future. This is about the PPF part. I was talking about the teens, I did NEET age group. Thereafter, I use one more acronym to denote the age beyond 19, from 20s onwards. I say FEST, FEST, short for festival. In this, in terms of decades, I would like to denote T for 20s, 30s, F for 40s, 50s, S for 60s, 70s, E for 80s. I was telling that 81 is pegged. After 81, we could be alive, absolutely no issue, but 60 we retire normally. 81, we should hang our boots, in the sense, okay, my life, I am done with it. After 81, if I am alive, I will be there, and I will not be actually involved in the society or the world, but every Sunday or somebody, I invite my good friends for a lunch, or a dinner or a breakfast, spend time with them. That way, we will spend time from a spiritual component after the age of 81. Up to 81 also we need to be spiritual, but as a component of our composite life. I was telling in the previous things that we should have 3 knowledges to earn our livelihood and be comfortable in life, that we should have that worldly knowledge and a specific knowledge, skill to, to do some job, and a spiritual knowledge also in a limited way. But after 81 years, you should be more 80-90% into spiritual, and we need to cut off our relations, at least at the physical level, monetary connections, all connections with our family members also, but still have some bank balance for emergencies even after that, with a second name with our family members, this thing, and we should live life like that. So, these are the things after, next, NEET and FEST, this I wanted to do. In all this process, the personality engineering happens up to the age of 18. As long as you are minors, your engineering is being aided, personality is aided partly by you and mostly by your parents, siblings, elder siblings, and the teaching community at the schools and colleges. This happens, and once you take charge of life at the age of 18, you become your engineer of your own personality, and your contribution to shape you, to give a full shape to your character, to your personality, that will be in your hands. And the parents' role ends by making their ward, that is a child, that is a son or daughter, a useful product to the society. They should ensure that they are launching into the society a more meaningful character or a personality into the society. Otherwise, he would be a burden to the society. He is always burden to the anyway burden to the family. Further, he should not be a burden to the society. This is one thing. Introduce one more acronym. I am fond of acronym. That I say HMR LTD. HMR, Hyderabad Metro Rail. LTD is a short for limited, but you take this alphabets HMR LTD. H is health. Health is very important in life. For that we have a branch of science called medicine is there, and meditation is there. Yoga and meditation, I denote by MA by Maya, that is meditation and yoga. And we should also be a little mad. Mad means not that word mad, acronym mad. We should be a little receptive at music and dance. Music purifies your mind. You kindly listen. Whatever music, kind of music you are interested, whatever ragas you are, makes you more comfortable and feel at home, puts you in a very good mood. Such kind of music, at least 15 minutes without a break. Break means on a continuous basis. 15 minutes when you get up from the bed and 15 minutes when you go to the bed, that you should listen. And dance, you need not practice dance or anything, but you kindly twist your legs and hands and body and in such a way, and dance energizes. Music purifies the mind, dance energizes the bad. To that extent, we need to be mad in life. So, ultimately we need to protect our health at physical, at psychological, at physiological, psychological and spiritual levels. If you have a spiritual health, it compensates you, it reconciles you whatever a little ailings or setbacks you have at the physiological or at the psychological levels. This is about the health. And M is money. In life, in the current situation, about few hundreds years of back, we used to have a exchange of commodities, a barter system, but no more like that. So, we need to earn in rupees currency and spend in currency. So, to earn that one, money is required. So, we should be money conscious, or I say FD, not fixed deposit, financial discipline. With financial discipline, you always keep some fixed deposit in the bank is a different question, but a financial discipline, we have seen a number of cases where people earned crores of rupees, but during the last leg of their life, lost everything and they were almost at the mercy of the other people. Number of instances are there. I do not want to go into the individual cases of those things. This is about care with the money and relationship. Life is nothing but relationship, and to maintain a good relationship, you require a communication skill. To have a better communication, you need to a language and body language. Your body language should be always subdue and support your language. How many languages you should know? I recommend it to all the Indian citizens 5 languages. One is Sanskrit, which is a universal language, then English, international language, Hindi, our national language, and then whatever is your mother tongue. My mother tongue is Telugu, whatever is the mother tongue, your mother tongue, and a regional language wherever you are staying. I am from Hyderabad, my mother tongue is Telugu, but if I am in Chennai for about 5-6 years, I need to know Tamil also. I was in Chennai and also I also know Chennai. So, minimum these 5 languages we need to have a better communication with the other people. So, this is about the relationship and the communication. HMR and LTD, L is for life, and throughout life is nothing but time, and D for decision. We need to take decisions in life. Many people do not take, that is why they are not successful. So, this is what I wanted to share in the episode 1 and 2 about how we engineer our personality throughout our life. Namaste, thank you, hope to see you sometime later.